Hi everyone and welcome back. Today's video is going to be a tag video. It's going to be the small booktubers tag. I was tagged by Tom Offer over at a time to share books. So yeah, I'm just going to do the tag. I was tagged a while ago, but it takes me a very long time to get through my videos. But yeah, I'm just going to jump straight into it. So the first question, or the first statement really, is introduce yourself. My name is Sandra. I have a BookTube channel. I also have a blog that I used to blog about books on, but I also have a blog that is quite defunct at the moment. I am 28, I live in Glasgow, I'm from London, and I'm currently studying for a Masters in Publishing Studies in Scotland. That's why I'm currently living in Scotland. Not really sure what else there is to know about me. Big foodie, love food, love cooking, love reading obviously, very much into yoga whenever I decide to actually go, and yeah, I guess that's a bunch of random stuff about me. Oh, and I love playing The Sims. If anyone can recommend me any sort of PC games that are similar-ish to The Sims, but I really like something that actually has a bit more adventure in it, I'd be ever so grateful. The next question is, how long have you been on YouTube? I've been on YouTube for about 1.5 years. The third question is, what types of videos do you make? So I make just the regular videos. I make wrap-up videos, book hauls, do tag videos, and I do vlogs. I try not to do reading vlogs that much, mainly because half the time I'm not really sure what they entail. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very guilty of not watching a lot of reading vlogs on YouTube, just because a lot of them are like 40 minutes long and I just don't have the time. But I like making vlogs that are to do with, that are book related. So I've done a couple of vlogs, I've done one vlog on like bookstores in Glasgow. I did one vlog on London Book Fair, which is a trade event so that surrounds publishing. I've done a couple of moving vlogs because when I was moving to Scotland I thought that would be a good idea, and I actually still think it was a good idea. But yeah, I just make the regular type of videos. At the moment I just don't have anything in my head to make, like any ideas in my head to make any other type of videos. I do review videos on individual books sometimes. Again, I just think because they take so long to collate, and I usually want to do them on a book that I either really like or really dislike, or a book that I feel I just need to talk about, and I don't really think I've come across a book like that this year. The fourth question is, what do you love about BookTube? I love talking to people about the books that I have read. It's one of the reasons why I joined the community, because I wanted to talk about the books I've read with people who have read them and just find out their thoughts. I also love the fact that the community is so welcoming. Before I joined BookTube, I didn't actually watch BookTube. Didn't really know it was a thing, I'm not gonna lie, even though there's obviously a thing on YouTube for everything. Everyone is just so nice. Everyone is just like really helpful. When I talked about my reading goals in 2009, I got a couple of suggestions from people, but there's one person in particular who took their time out to like recommend me a whole bunch of books, like based on what I spoke about in that video. And honestly, like, I've gone on to love, I think, a couple of the books that she's recommended. So I really love that aspect, that someone can sort of watch you and you can talk about what you sort of want to achieve in terms of your reading, and they can just say, boom, I think you'll like this, or I don't think you'll like that, and that's amazing. It's like basically a librarian or a bookstore, a bookseller, except even though I'm a bookish person, those are really places that I don't actually enter. So yeah, there's me, the bad bookish person. Also, it's not, I don't even think it makes you a bad bookish person, but also the fact that I work in the publishing industry, like, I should probably go and support these things, but I like buying on Amazon. Sue me. That's a lie. When I did my Glasgow bookstore vlog, I bought books from those bookstores, but mainly it's an Amazon jobby. The fifth question is, what type of books do you read? I always struggle when it comes to this question. It really annoys me. Mainly annoys me because I feel like I should just know in my head what my tastes are. But I think the majority of what I read is actually what is deemed as literary fiction. A lot of it, I would say, is contemporary fiction, very much books that are set in the 21st century. I have to say though, there are a couple of, I always sit there and say, oh, I hate historical fiction books, but obviously a lot of Greek retellings are obviously historical fiction, things like The Song of Achilles and Circe, and I love The Song of Achilles. Like, it's one of those books that I adore, but I wouldn't go down the road saying that I love historical fiction, because I just don't think I do. But alongside contemporary fiction, I also like reading poetry and more something that Amazon deems as world fiction, which is essentially books that from, I guess, I'm gonna say continents continents that is not Europe or the US, basically. So yeah, I would say that that's my reading taste. I have tried to broaden out in terms of the genres that I read, because I would say very much the genres that I read at least 2 to 3 years ago would have been romance. Currently, or at least in the past year to now, I don't know what to like define the genres that I read are, but currently I've been trying to read more science fiction, so that's definitely a genre that I'm sort of getting into and I'm liking. I'm not completely hating. The next question is, what is your favourite type of video that you've made? I would have to say my vlogs from London Book Fair and the Glasgow Bookshop one. I wish I got more footage from the London Book Fair, but your girl was tired, and to be honest, most of the time I forgot, and yeah, I tried to salvage basically what I got, but also my like individual review videos. I think one of the videos I really like, which has done really well on my channel, but I also think it's just because it's a really popular book, is Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. I just really remember how I felt about that book and reading that book, and I really enjoyed it, so I was really glad I did a review for it. One thing I will say is my hair is horrendous in that video, but yeah, that's one video I'm really proud of. Yeah, that and vlogs. The final question is to tag 4 small booktube channels. Right now off the top of my head I cannot think who to tag, and also because people that I have in my head that would tag have already done this video, I'm sure, or I don't know if they have done this video, so what I will do is probably just put it on the screen here or here, or put it in the description box down below. But that is it for this tag video, short and sweet. I will catch you in another video. Bye!